The biggest name on the market, no longer on the market. Jake Guentzel locked in. We've signed for Jake Guentzel to a 7-year contract worth an AAV of $9 million. Guentzel off to Tampa to join the Lightning.
Yeah, man. A lot of mixed feelings about this one here. Were you guys listening?
The biggest name on the market, no longer on the market. Jake Guentzel locked in. We've signed for Jake Guentzel to a 7-year contract worth an AAV of $9 million. Guentzel off to Tampa to join the Lightning. Before he does that, he joins us now on NHL Tonight. There he is, Jake. First and foremost, congratulations on the new deal. At 29 years old, this was kind of your first go-around into free agency and didn't really even get to the open market free agency. What was this whole process like for you personally?
Yeah, it was a lot. I mean, kind of first time, like you said. It just didn't, obviously, unfortunately, didn't work out in Carolina. But yeah, to see Tampa kind of go out and acquire my rights yesterday shows they're really interested. And, as a player, that's really kind of what you dream about. A team's really interested. That's, has a winning pedigree of what they have. So some elite players there, just really excited, and can't wait to get down there.
Yeah, you know enough about the Tampa Bay Lightning over the years. You've crossed paths with them on many occasions. Let me ask you about these last couple of weeks, with your agent. How involved are you? What's the conversations like with your agent on a day-to-day basis? Because obviously Carolina had your rights. There was a lot of thought that, they would push it. Maybe you would stay there. In the end, at the last minute, that didn't work out. They moved your rights to Tampa. You're probably thinking about other possibilities as well. What were the conversations like with your agent in terms of what was really important for you?
Yeah, it's just, the long-term kind of contract, the stability, there was some communication with me and my agent through over time. I was just kind of letting it go. Your mind kind of wanders all over the place through this process. So it was just fun times for me and my family, a little bit stressful at times, but, couldn't be more excited where we ended up.
Jake, congratulations. It's going to be nice to see you in a blue jersey. As you got into the discussions with Tampa, were there people in Tampa? You're going to a great coach. You got a great goalie. You got Cucci to pass you the puck like Sid did and Malkin did when you were in Pitt. Mm-hmm. But were there people you talked to help you make that decision?
Yeah, I'm doing a lot about them. There's just not many places you get like these high-end players like this that are that have won before. So, like you said, Stamkos or Hedman, Kucherov, and those guys. It's going to be a fun time for me and my family. There's some high-end players that hopefully I get to play alongside, and it's going to be fun.
Prior to joining Carolina, Pittsburgh was all you ever knew as a professional here in the NHL. After spending so much time in one city with one sweater, what was that adjustment period like for you? That was different. That was trade deadline, joining a team for the stretch run and Stanley Cup aspirations. How long did it take you to feel comfortable down there in Carolina, and how do you think that adjustment now plays into you joining a new team in Tampa?
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit of adjustment. Just kind of a whole new different, you got to learn a whole new different system on the fly during the season, and behind the scenes with the family and stuff. So, it's a different process, but now to be able to, get down there before the season and get adjusted before that way and have a training camp, I think it's going to be a little bit easier and something that I've done before. So I'm excited for that chance.
Where do you envision yourself, within the Tampa lineup? You probably talked to Julian Brisebois. You may have talked to John Cooper as well. Is there a place you envision yourself in this group?
Yeah, I mean they've got a lot of high-end players. I mean, obviously would love to play alongside. They got Point, Kucherov, and obviously Cirelli too. They got Hagel, and there's a lot of good players. So wherever it kind of go, just kind of go with it and roll with it, and just try and get chemistry with the guys.
Yeah, and then Jake, what's the summer plans now? It looks like you're back home in Minnesota. Are you going to go down to Tampa soon and start to get house hunting? Yeah,
eventually we'll have to go down there. Not really sure. It's all kind of fresh and new, so we'll kind of plan a plan of attack here and then go from there and get down there in early September, ready to go.
What's your relationship like with your new head coach, John Cooper? Because you played for Mike Sullivan and Rob Brindamore, and two guys that are very, business-like, all business, very high intensity, and then you've got Coop, who's just kind of like, put the shoes back, kick them up, and let it, everything we've heard, guys love to play for him. Yeah. What have you been told about playing for a guy like John Cooper?
Yeah, he's one of the best coaches in the game, and if not one of the most in history. So I've heard nothing but unbelievable things about him. Guys love playing for him, so that opportunity to kind of to see what it's about, I'm really excited for. And, I've obviously crossed paths with him a little bit. I think he coached against my dad at times or two, so just works out that way.
Last one for me, Jake. Just how relieved are you by this now? I mean, this has been a full year, really. I mean, you went into that last year in Pittsburgh. Your contract was up. You talked to your agent. You're not sure which way it's going to go. You end up moving to the trade deadline. And then there's a lot of discussion leading up to this. Now, how relieved, how good do you feel that this is kind of behind you now and you could really get forward in life and think about what your life is going to be like in Tampa for the next several years?
Yeah, that's the biggest thing. Is it was it's pretty stressful going through this for the first time with contract year, and the talks there, and then you go to Carolina at the trade deadline. So it's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that you don't really want to worry about when you just want to play hockey. But just to have this done and set the family up here for a little bit, that it's we can kind of relax a little bit. But it's all business now, ready to go to get ready for the season.
Hey, you're a real pro, Jake, and it's really good to see you get rewarded here. You've had a great career to this point, and I'm sure it's going to continue down there in Tampa. But you bring up a great point, like. From a human standpoint, I mean, let's face it, we're all human beings. You knew your contract was expiring. How hard was it on night tonight? I mean, was it hard at all? Were there moments during the season in Pittsburgh and then later in Carolina where you felt almost distracted, or were you able to keep those blinders on?
Yeah, it's you get a little bit distracted. Obviously, you've been on the spot for one time in your whole career. You've made some lifelong friends, and maybe someone's bringing it up to you or not, but you just try to block it out as much as you can and just say hopefully it works out. But I still keep in touch with those guys, and Sid, I think of him as my older brother. It's just he's just an unbelievable guy. So obviously really excited for this opportunity now.
Yeah. Well, Jake, we appreciate you taking a couple of minutes on a very busy day and time for you. We wish you nothing but the best and look forward to seeing you down in Tampa at the start of next season.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Were you paying attention? Because look, there's going to be some things people are going to agree with here, and there are things that people are going to disagree with. In any kind of situation, in any scenario that you are in your life, that's what's going to happen, okay? People will agree, people will disagree, okay? And, some may argue that perhaps some things may have been said here that perhaps should not have been said. But I'm sure, like I said, some will agree, others will disagree. So let me know your thoughts in the comments section. Who is your favorite NHL player of all time? Retired or current? I'm curious. I want to hear from you.
Whoa, dude, before you go. If you love watching hockey as much as we do, hit that free subscribe button real quick and turn on those rad notification thingies. You love free stuff. We love free stuff. You love hockey, we love hockey too, dude. Be sure to subscribe, like, and share. It lets us know you care.